What is going on, guys? My name is Ben. How are you guys doing today? Got a different angle going on today. I figured I'd try to change it up a little bit. But what I want to talk about is this project that Microsoft has been working on, which is known as MobileFusion, which is basically where it uses smartphones to capture a 3D image so that way it can be prepared for 3D printing. Now, for those of you guys that are not aware, there are these things called 3D printers, which is basically where you use some sort of software on the computer. You basically try to design an object, and then it prints by using some sort of material into an actual physical object. Like you wanted to, you can make remotes. Toys, whatever the case may be. Back in high school, I did see some 3D printers around in the school, and seeing how it worked. While those were great, those had to start with like the smaller items first. Otherwise, if you try to print a really big object, a lot of material is going to be used up, and the 3D printer will get hot very easily. And to see that Microsoft is working on a project to use smartphones to actually do to actually do 3D printing. I don't know how that's gonna work exactly, because you still gotta use the 3D printer to print out the actual object, but you can just see like how the technology these days are just advancing, and it's a like it or not thing. Some people may like it, some people don't. They rather just stick with the old way, but keep in mind this is just more like for the engineering purposes, and I think this is actually pretty cool to use your smartphone to capture a 3D image and then actually print it as a physical object. You don't have to really design something and make it up through the computer and then have it print physically on the actual 3D printer. All you have to do is capture an image and that's it. So this is like another alternative into actually developing some 3D products with the 3D printers. Now, while this is cool and all, I'm thinking, is there another way we can do this without just using a smartphone? Are there specific cameras that we would have to get in order for it to work with 3D printers? Can we use another camera or another device in general other than smartphones? And they can probably think of ways on how to go about this, and I don't know. I just find this very interesting. Now, there's no guarantee that this will be real. I've read this from an article, which link will be in the description below. If you guys want to give that a read, definitely check it out. Well, as far as 3D printing is concerned, all the 3D printers I've seen so far, it's basically just making material objects, that's it. But I don't see how these 3D printers would work in terms of like designing something that can be used in real life. Obviously it'll be used for products, but as far as the materials that I've seen to be used, I don't know how it's going to play out. 3D printing to me has always been strange, but it's really cool at the same time. Now, it sounds like I'm a little bit off right here because, 3D printing, I've heard of it, but I don't look at it too much because I just think it's just, you're printing objects that you are designing on the software itself into a real thing. And there are certain limitations, such as like the size and the material that you're using. It depends on what kind of hardware you have and how much it can support and how hot it can get temperature wise. So I don't know, what do you guys think about 3D printing, and do you think that this project will actually go off and become real? Me personally, I got no clue because I don't know too much about 3D printing, but I figure, I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm not sure if there are a lot of 3D printing experts out there, but What do you guys think about this? Is this a pretty neat idea? Do you think it'll be an alternative, or do you think it's just something that Microsoft happens to be working on, and maybe they might not go through with this project? I'd like to see what you guys say in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.